appreciate your cooperation, okay? I'll stand right here in front of the car. Yep.
Pleasure.
Yep, we'll go and put it down. I know. Hang on. Put that down for a second, all right?
Once more, applause value your collaboration. Okay, stand here before the vehicle. That's right. We going put that down. I realize, hold tight. Put that down briefly. Okay, for a long time, the group of Tupac Shakur has been hanging tight for equity. We are here today to report the capture of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, otherwise known as Kethy D. I'm not contemplating all them gats. You know they can't actually contact me. You all by the day's end, you all see and you all understand what it is you know resembles karma has at long last up to speed to Diddy after around 30 years of being the vitally suspect behind the end of Tupac Shakur. As of late, bits of hearsay began flying. When Tupac's virus case was unexpectedly resumed for examination, the new subtleties uncovered that the specialists have uncovered new proof that will prompt pulverizing ramifications for the business tycoon. This revelation has set the business into a wild furor. How about we stall this most recent tea that will unquestionably knock your socks off? Back in July, Tupac Shakur's virus case was pushed into the spotlight after the capture of one of the suspects, Kethy D. It has for some time been realized that Kethy was in the vehicle that had discharged the shots at the unbelievable rapper who lost his life after the occurrence. Well, turns out D's presumptuousness has messed with him and his behind the entire way to prison. It's turning out to be more obvious that Dwayne Kethy D. Davis probably talked himself in to his own arraignment almost 30 years after the homicide of Tupac Shakur. While Tupac's loved ones are anticipating at last accepting reality, one individual is supposedly shaking with dread. Insiders in the business guarantee that this examination could contribution in the occurrence. To place things into viewpoint, Key D is set to stand preliminary in the approaching summer, and sources have uncovered that knowledge offices are gathering proof to support Diddy's connection ions to the case. It has been accounted for that another sound recording has been found where Key has admitted to taking $1 million for bringing down Tupac's from. As a matter of fact, Diddy's outcomes concur with the discoveries of Greg Kading. Radar Online revealed the previous cop who drove a unique examination on the shootings in 2006 when the case was returned asserted that Combs had employed Crips gangster Dwayne Keith Kethy D. Davis to K. Shakur and his supervisor Moran Hugh Sug Knight. Fee for $1 million. Things took a fascinating turn when the news as of late hit that Kethy D really gotten an opportunity of keeping away from capital punishment and going detained at home. His legal advisors implied that D's malignant growth has reappeared. It had been accounted for that. The agents have been investigating Kethy's previous cases in regards to Diddy's association. The child announced that the recording was made in a 2008 LAPD interview and has opened up in light of the fact that Las Vegas investigators have presented the tape as a critical piece of proof in the preliminary. During the said recording, Kethy was messed with the cops that Diddy coordinated the episode and requested him to regulate it. He claimed that Diddy said, "Man, I need to dispose of those fellows, man, the boss top dog." Proceeded, Puffy was frightened and was terrified of the fella time frame. It was simply me and him. We needed $1 million. We will clear their behinds out fast. You realize it isn't anything now. You may be contemplating whether the proof was there from the start. For what reason was Kethy not behind the bars sooner? Well, that was on the grounds that this proof was safeguarded by resistance Kethy had gotten in a 2008 examination, yet the insusceptibility would have been invalid and void on the off chance that D was gotten freely talking about it, and we as a whole realize that he fizzled at that pitiably. Investigator B. Palal told Judge Carly Kearney Key's guard saying that he lied about his job in Tupac's homicide for popularity and fortune, implied the full meeting was currently permissible proof. Investigators chose to incorporate the whole tape referencing the Diddy charges as opposed to altering down key minutes. Following this improvement, Tupac's sibling Mapre Shakur is making eye-opening disclosures about Diddy's conduct after the passing of Tupac. In a meeting with the Craft of Discourse, he expressed some time ago, "He called me, he resembled, I simply believe you should know Ian don't have it thing to do with your siblings. You know, I know what your identity is, nevertheless we never met, and I simply need to call you man to man to let you." NPR uncovered that the call came after the Los Angeles Times delivered an article that highlighted Puff's contribution. Emperor made sense of that. At the time, he was frantic for any data. Subsequently, He didn't stand up to Diddy. I let him know I value the call, yet reality presently can't seem to become obvious, so we taken a quick trip and see in those days I needed all the data I could get. I heard what he said yet. This poo been so turbulent ain't know what direction to head until you figured out more data. He might have been attempting to cover his behind, or he might have been earnest yet. When Key D was captured, Mafter communicated that he felt as though the specialists were shielding Diddy from in the background. I don't need to do anything. This individual Keefe D referenced Diddy's name, policing something important to take care of. Will they do it? Seems like Pac is being justified in light of the fact that back in them days when things were going down, everyone thought he was psycho? He might not have communicated it appropriately yet. That don't mean he was off base, you dig, so we'll see. I'm sufficiently lucky to have my opportunity I consume. Media. I've seen interviews, these meetings, they talk about that they ed to land this prosecution on this man. I've seen them, and he's making statements. I got inquiries regarding Kefi D reference specific. See individuals that might be assistants, so as of now in the game, someone's responsible. Are they going to make everyone he's discussing responsible now? Diddy has been giving dubious energies about the occurrence for a long while. During an appearance on the Morning Meal Club, Puffy gave a really abnormal reaction to being gotten some information about his supposed inclusion for the situation. He said, "We don't discuss things that are hogwash. We don't engage garbage. With all due regard, I value you as a columnist." Asking thank you. The proof has been piling up as the police raid Kefi's home preceding his capture and purportedly uncovered a plenty of proof that might actually land Diddy in prison. The autonomous detailed Las Vegas police eliminated 5 seized tablets and an iPhone, among different things, from the Nevada home, evaluated in association with the perplexing 1996 homicide of rapper Tupac Shakur. Notwithstanding the gadgets, specialists left the Henderson home with USB and hard drives. Photos indicated Mary Jane, a duplicate of Energy magazine including Tupac, and a duplicate of the Compton Road Legends book composed by Key-EBD. With Yusuf Yah, the warrant got by CNN expressed agent look for things that will quite often show proof of rationale or potentially the personality of the culprit, for example, photos, or lacking movie insurance contracts and letters, address and phone records, journals and different archives, notes, works, records, and other transcribed or composed archives concerning TV programs, narratives, YouTube episodes, book compositions, and films concerning the homicide of Tupac Shakur. Perceiving how things are unfurling individually, fractious previous security detail. John Bargan has affirmed that Kefi D and Diddy shared an extraordinary relationship, and he is the sole observer of it. They can ask me, did I see Kefi D? Yes, I did. Was he around? Yes. He was. A little later, he clarified that he would affirm in court should those associated with the case ask him, since he doesn't have anything to stow away and no aim of lying anyway. Bargan made sense of that. The specialists could have been having a colossal influence in the postponement of the equity. Well, the story I heard, which was depicted in the homicide rap film or thing, it was ex-criminal investigator Greg Lord. Records that evidently Key D gave in the event